For Reaper Metal Productions, I am Adam of Unbaptized Records making a brand new video for you today. And today I'm going over the pack that I received in the mail yesterday, as I was actually recording my other video going over my Morbidius Pathology picture disc and that Sadistic Intent LP. I was actually sitting in my car right here, and I could actually see the USPS guy dropping off the pack, so I wasn't 100% sure if that was for me or if it was just regularly dropping off mail, but it turns out it was this pack here. So I got a couple of CDs and a tape, and I also have a bonus CD I want to show off at the end that I might have actually shown off on camera before. There's a reason for it, so stick to the end. It's going to be a really short video today anyways, but nonetheless, I wanted to go over what I got in my recent pack and then an extra CD for a specific reason. So first thing I got here is a newer thrash band out of Pennsylvania called Skullowitch, and it's one of their demo tapes. So this is their second demo tape. By the way, if you can't spell, because maybe I don't pronounce it very well, yeah, Skullowich, so even I can't even read, but white demo tape. I think they put out maybe 50 of each or something. But this is a really cool band from Pennsylvania, thrash band. They do a lot of music that's sort of fantasy based. So they have these two demos. They have a 7-inch that I think also came out maybe on like a CDR, and then they have a full length that I think just came out pretty recently, and it's shipping. It's on the way to me now, so maybe I'll give that a listen and a review and show it off on camera. But they are a band I discovered through a giveaway that them and a few other bands, including Electrocutioner, which, as you know, I'm a huge fan because I did the interview with Mark, and that new album's coming out soon, so wait for that. That'll be out really soon, the new Electrocutioner, and hopefully another interview with Mark on the way. Probably not in person, unfortunately, but there will be in Rhode Island, which would be nice. It wouldn't be too bad for me, but it's like the day before another event, and like all of my February is basically booked up, so chances are I won't be able to go see, which kind of sucks, but that would be awesome. But just a great thrash band. Again, a newer band that I try to keep up with. Anytime I find something new that I enjoy, I always try to buy the music as soon as I can, because I love supporting local bands, smaller bands, bigger bands, bands that are just starting and getting off the ground, and I want to be there to participate in their entrance to the music scene, because I just genuinely am excited. Obviously, if I like the band. If I don't like the band, I'm not going to pick up their stuff, but I listened to a few other songs on Spotify, and I enjoyed it, so I thought it was worth it. So 3 songs on this demo, hoping I can get my hand on that 7-inch record and the other demo they have, but we'll see. And next 2 albums are from another newer thrash band. Unfortunately, their vocalist is no longer with the band. I guess they're still continuing on, which is cool. But their vocalist really made a unique style to the band. So this is, I guess, more of like the pizza thrash type stuff. If you don't like that, then just sign off right now. Actually, don't sign off, just ignore this next few minutes or whatever. But I really enjoy this band. They're a thrash band from Germany, and the only way I can describe the original singer, who's on everything that's out right now, he's a mix of like Bruce Dickinson and the band Municipal Waste. So it's like if Bruce Dickinson sang for Municipal Waste with just a heavy German accent. And that is the band Space Chaser. And I have a really, really fucked up jewel case right here. It just kind of blew up on impact. But this is a great album. They have, I believe, 3 albums, an EP, a few 7-inches, and a split. And this is the album Dead Sun Rising. This is just really awesome, and it has the song Skate Metal Punks, which is one of my favorites, which I'm sure you can't really necessarily see, but I was actually very unaware that this was on this album. For some reason I thought it wasn't, and then I looked at the track listing on Discogs, and I think it said it wasn't, but then on one of the CD pictures it said it was. So that came as like a separate 7-inch, and I really wanted it because I love that song. And I'm like, well, hey, if I can own it on CD, that's fine. I don't need the separate 7-inch that's like $30-$40. You know, ships from Europe, that's an extra 15. Like, I don't really need it. So I'm really glad it's on here. I actually just noticed it now. So I'm really glad that song's on here. It's one of my favorites. But this is a great album. I was listening to a little bit of it the other night on Spotify. And then their newest album on Metal Blade Records here, Space Chaser, I think this is called The Immortals. Oh no, Give Us Life. So it's a digipack, which I'm not always the biggest fan of. But right here, if you can see him, Siegfried, aka Siggy, no longer with the band, unfortunately. I'm still kind of glad they're continuing. I mean, they've only been around for like maybe 7 years or something, so it's kind of unfortunate. Again, really the sound of the band, just like anything else. You know, when a singer quits, it's always tough because they usually really define the band. So hopefully the continuation is still good. Hopefully they manage to keep going. I doubt they'll find another singer that sounds like him, but I guess it's still cool to have music still put out by the band. And I would have liked to have seen them. Of course, it's tough because they're from Germany, so, you know, maybe they wouldn't make it to the U.S., but no, I'm definitely not going to see the original lineup, unfortunately. So it is how it is, but that's another reason to pick up the music, so at least I have the physical music that I will always enjoy. And this next one that I picked up is a little bit different. This would sort of fall into my, I guess kind of fall into that category of the music I showed off previously, the guilty pleasures. So the reason I got this album was because one of the songs on here was in 2 older video games I used to play. So I believe it's the third Tony Hawk game, and then a game, I think it was like a BMX game. I think it wasn't bikes, it was actually BMX, because I know there's like Dave Mira, the BMX biking, I think it was a dirt biking game, but it's this band called Body Jar, and the song specifically on here is the first one called Not the Same. So this album is called How It Works, and I guess this is like a pop punk kind of album. I was never really familiar with the rest of their music. I never honestly listened to it, but this was so affordable. This was a couple of bucks, and the person selling these other CDs and tape had this for sale. This was on my wish list, and I'm like, you know what, I'll pick it up. So it's like 2001, I guess sort of like pop punk, but I enjoy that one song. It's the only song I know, and I'm like, oh, might as well grab it because it wasn't super expensive and it was basically free shipping. So it's, again, one of those quote-unquote guilty pleasures, but because I'm not super ensconced into the metal scene to the point where I just can't listen to anything else. I mean, I grew up on a lot of other stuff, so I'll still always enjoy that, and I think most other metal fans do. So it's just one of those CDs that doesn't belong in the metal section, of course, but it's something I enjoy, so that's why I bought it. But last is something I do believe I've shown off on camera, but I want to show this off for a specific reason, and this is the tin of the Gravewurm release called Blood of the Pentagram. So this was a specific release. I believe there was only 100 of these. It came with this Gravewurm patch here, and it also came with some bonus songs. So the unreleased, it has like a longer name. It's called, the Rare and the Unreleased, and it has an extra 10 songs. So it just came on the CDR, or not CDR, but a little like a little sleeve. So you got the regular songs, and then you got the unreleased, I believe, so unreleased over here. So the reason I'm showing this off again is because Kevin of Gravewurm has recently been putting up videos on his channel. So for those of you who don't know the band Gravewurm, they've been around since the early 90s. They're a really raw black metal band from Ohio. Kevin's an awesome dude. He's commented on these videos multiple times. He's friends with Reaper. He's been on Hellcast before, so that's how I kind of knew who he was. And different labels, including Hell's Headbangers and his own label, have put out his music for years. Kevin cranks them out. I mean, he's just a master of putting out awesome music. And he even played at one point with Jim Kanya of Nunslaughter on drums. So that's really cool. There's a video of that, I believe, on his page, and I think the video they show is him actually playing in my home state at a place called Cherry Street Station, where I actually interviewed Mark from Electrocutioner, so to bring this back full circle. So that's really cool. So go check out his videos. He's been doing a background on all the music he puts out. So he's talking about all the albums and demos and how they were received, how he recorded them, when he recorded them, a little bit about the band members he recorded with, the labels he worked with, labels he stopped working with, why this particular release is special, and it was labeled as something very specific, which I'm not going to mention, so go watch his videos. I don't want to spoil it for him, but Kevin's an awesome dude. Go check out Gravewurm, go buy his music on Bandcamp. He's got plenty of releases. He releases about a thing every single year, which is fucking awesome. And just go check out his videos, go show him some support. And I also threw in possibly a paid ski to good old J-Dog to also get people over to Kevin's channel. So I will link his channel in the description of this video. Go check it out and tell him that I sent you. And I'll see you in the next video.